So 72% of us worry about this while shopping. It's your number of the day. The answer is not how much you spend. Love to honor first responders in the show, and one was trying to rescue a family in danger, and then he needed rescuing himself. And you get to meet the unlikely hero that saved the day for everyone. It's the worst when you have a mental block and you just can't move forward. Something that might help out. It's a way to level up your life. And gonna make you wait a few minutes for this, but it's okay because you've made yourself wait a long time in life. Yeah, procrastination. You can hack your brain to never procrastinate again. That's coming up on The Good News Show with Andy, where I'm all about putting a smile on your face and hope in your heart.
The Good News Show with Andy.
The number of the day is...
72% of us worry about this while shopping. It's that other people will judge our purchases. Maybe this is why, I don't know if this has ever happened to you. You go to the store for one thing, like milk or Band-Aids or whatever, and then you come out with, it seems like half the store. So maybe you can fill in the blank today. I went to the store for this and came out with this. And don't worry, we won't judge you for it. It always starts out innocently. I'm just going to the store for this, and then you end up with way more.
A few years ago, my husband took a blank check and went to Sam's Club to get a 5-pound block of cheese. $63 later, he came home.
Although at Sam's Club, you have to buy everything in bulk. So is it just a $64 block of cheese?
No. A frying pan, and I don't remember what all else he brought home. And I said, never again. You're not taking a blank check to Sam's Club. And he never did.
Maybe this is the time of the day where you realize, I got to go to the store for that one thing, but it usually doesn't end there.
I went to the store for milk, and I came back with potato chips, popcorn, candy. Oh, yeah. I do it all the time.
Those are as essential as milk, aren't they?
They are. Don't they go together?
I hope this story makes you smile today.
You never know when something that you've been doing your whole life could help change someone else's life, and in this case, save someone else's life. So there were some teenagers that got into an accident and their car went underwater. And as the car was slowly sinking, a police officer swam out to go save them. The police officer was having issues getting the teens out of the car and was struggling swimming as well. Thankfully, Corey and Evans heard their cries. He's been swimming since he was 3. He's 16 now. He tossed his shoes, shirt, and phone and jumped in. And he jumped in 4 different times to save the police officer and the 3 girls in the car. They're all going to recover, and it's thanks to someone who took a giant leap of faith. If you're thinking about changing careers, maybe you just had to quit your job. My wife had to do that. It was really tough for her. And it's even tougher for guys, because for whatever reason, guys, we really just get our worth from what we do. I do. My hand's up on that one. I heard this recently, and maybe it'll encourage you like it did for me. You can quit your job, but you can't quit your calling. Meaning it's so much bigger than whatever you do. What God has for you is way bigger than whatever you get a paycheck for right now. Just so you know, this is a community that really values prayer. So you can go to our website. We'd love to pray with you. You can call. McKenna just called, and she's asking for prayer. She just had, her car was broken into, which of course, I've had that happen to me too. It's such a, I don't know, it's a violating feeling. And she said, Andy, they took some stuff. It's not a big deal, but there was one thing that I really want back. It's a keepsake for my grandma. It means a lot to me. But as I was praying with her afterwards, she goes, I have, though, Andy. I've already forgiven the person for doing that. And I was just blown away at McKenna saying that. I want to be like her when I grow up. You got to get the work done, but there's a mental block that is stopping you in your tracks. What do? Well, here's a way to level up your life. So this was done by the founder of the Toyota Motor Corporation. Smart guy. Came up with a technique to help him get to the root of the problems that he was dealing with at his job. When faced with a block, you ask yourself why 5 times in a row to get down to the root of the problem. Although I feel like if you say why too many times as a parent, I might tell myself, why? Because I said so. But it might help you. It's getting close to the time where kids are getting ready to go back to school, and maybe you're thinking, I need a way to kind of restart their brains. This would be a very interesting science experiment. I just found this out, that it would take more than 700 quintillion packets of Kool-Aid and over 10 quadrillion metric tons of sugar to turn the Earth's oceans into cherry Kool-Aid. And I don't know if you've got a teenage son like I do, his first thought is, Dad, challenge accepted. If today was one of those days just filled with busy work, folding laundry, checking email, whatever it was, Lisa Graft understands the struggle of trying to figure out how to connect with God through all of it.
Those pockets of time that we could be completely maximizing and spending time with the Lord if we just switch the radio station, pray out loud, start to asking God some really good questions and watch him show up for you. Those are things we can do when we're folding the laundry and when we're walking, in the neighborhood or whatever, instead of sometimes we just chase darkness, or sometimes we just let our guard down enough to let the enemy come in and just distract us with silliness so that we aren't really pursuing the heart of God. And it's just so much easier than we make it out to be.
You don't have to procrastinate. It's all in your mind, and here's how to overcome it with your daily joy scroll.
You do not procrastinate because you're lazy. You procrastinate because your brain is wired to avoid doing hard things. You see, your brain sees hard tasks as a threat, not a physical one, but a mental and emotional one. A threat equals danger. Danger equals something you must avoid, or at least according to your brain. But here's the thing, the task only seems scary before you start it. Instead of putting the big scary task in your to-do list, put work on said task for 60 seconds. And then when you come to do the task, literally set a timer for 60 seconds. And guess what? When the timer finishes, you'll have realized the task isn't that bad. You'll have some momentum and you'll just keep going.
If you've ever felt like there's this rain cloud just following you, dumping rain on you wherever you go, and that's just what's going to follow you the rest of your life. Well, the good news is there is someone that cares for you so much. In the Bible, there's this poem about God being your shepherd. It's about God knowing what's best for you. He knows who you are and the paths you should walk in life because he's your shepherd. He's also your protector, guarding you from evil. And at the end of Psalm 23, this poem about God as our shepherd, there's this promise. And it says, for those who follow God and listen to his guidance, the writer says that goodness and mercy will follow them. So that doesn't necessarily mean that life is going to go according to our plans. It doesn't mean that life's going to be free of pain and problems. But here's what it does mean, that God will always be with you. God will always be good to you. Life may not always be easy, but God promises to always be good. So take some time as you're driving home to consider that God is your shepherd. He cares for you. He protects you. And that his goodness and mercy will never end, but will follow you every day of your life. If you're going through some tough times, know this, you're not alone, but here's the secret to getting through it. Chuck Swindoll said this one time, life is 10% what happens to me and 90% how I react to it. Hackers are getting kind of smart, and so if you've got a cell phone, they might be trying to hack into it. The NSA says the best thing you can do, and this is such a silly thing, but they say turn your phone off and back on. Maybe try to do it at least once a week. Because, we never really turn off our phone, right? You charge it at night, you unplug it. It's just kind of staying on 24/7. This is the same advice that works for just about everything technological. You would not believe how many problems can be solved when you turn something off and you flip it back on. If you had to put your dreams on hold the last few years, you're not alone. Rafael Rivero went through that too, until God opened the door for him to be the lead for the faith-based movie Life, Mark.
I put a lot of trust in people, which, isn't always the greatest thing. And I didn't really know my worth. And, once you don't know your worth, you start to find, your worth in people and in activities and in things that create a personality that, isn't you. I lost sight of myself. And really, I had to get to the point where I had to just surrender it all because it was overwhelming. It was like a boulder on my back that I couldn't carry. I couldn't handle the weight. And if I had to come to this place where I was like, God, I need to surrender all this to you because I can't do this on my own. And the moment that we get to that point, that's when we see true freedom.